Hey, what's up everybody? Steve here at Galey's Marine. It's a beautiful day here in Bakersfield, and right behind me we have a beautiful boat. This is a 2020 Supra SA400, and we thought we'd bring it out and give you a walkthrough on it. So the boat is new again this year. This is the third generation of the SA. They changed up the spray pattern a little bit from the last generations. I think it has a really cool look to it. Allows you to do some cool color combos with several different colors like this boat, or just doing a 1 or 1 and 2 color combo boat. So this one has the dark graphite on the interior deck and the front accent, black gel coat on the main. We have the gunmetal flake on the back end and a red hull with some red accents to tie it all together. So our goal today is to give you some shots of the inside of the boat, take you for a ride. We'll show you some shots of the surf wave, the wakeboard wake, and try and give you a full run through on the boat. So here we go, 22 feet 5 inch long. This boat has a 3,500 pound subfloor ballast system. It's rated for 16 people. It looks great, nice wide bow to it. The SA and the SE series are the two boats with the wide bow, and then we have the SR and the SL with more of a traditional or hybrid bow. Let's take a look at the back end. We'll walk through the surf wave a little bit, and then we'll climb inside and go for a ride. This is a really nice deep boat, as you can see from the back end here. It's deep, it's beefy. That has allowed Supra to actually put our ballast underneath the floor, so we have big storage lockers in the back. One of my favorite features of the back end of the Supra boats is their surf trunk here. So we got a nice big tub here in the back. You can fit 1 to 3 surfboards depending on the size and the style of board. Mainly has to do with the size of fins. But throw your boards in there instead of putting them in racks or on the bimini top. Gives us a lot of board storage in the Supra without adding extra racks to the boat. If you want to do that, we do have that as an option, but we have plenty of storage without putting a ton of stuff on the outside of the tower. This also makes a nice great seat here if you're hanging out on the back end of the boat. So they've incorporated some cup holders on the corners. It's got the SeaDeck non-skid on it, so as you're getting in and out of the boat, from the walkthrough to the surf trunk to the swim step, you got a nice easy step all the way up or down, and the SeaDeck will make sure you don't slip. Swim step is relatively new. They changed the angle of it a little bit. Allows us to get some big waves without dragging our swim platform through it. They've rolled the edge of this down in the center here, so as you're sliding off the swim step with boards, you're not going to chunk up the end of the fiberglass there. Couple handles in the corners. Just a nice new look for the back end of the boat. We got our swell system on either side here. The swell plate has been an awesome upgrade to the boat. Supra updated that system a few years ago, and they've been putting a ton of effort into the auto wake system, which we'll get into later. But the whole package with the whole design, the design and angle of the swell plate, and with the auto wake system to really dial in our angle of the boat in the water, we're getting some amazing surf waves, and we'll show you that here in a little while. Our big smart plate in the center. The smart plate is going to allow us to fine-tune the wake and wave, so we can add a little bit more lip to the wakeboard wake or barrel to the surf wave. And then if we have some beginners, we can drop some ballast down, we can put the plate down and kind of flatten and smooth the wake or wave out for them. So a lot of stuff going on the back end. We do have an auto launch system as well, so for takeoff, all those plates will deploy to help the boat jump up on the plane. Let's climb inside, and we'll take a little bit closer look at the inside of the boat. Alright, so we're floating and I'm stoked. Look at this water. Apologize if I rushed through things a little bit. We want to get you some good shots of the wake and wave, and the best way to do that is to get somebody behind the boat so you can put some perspective on it. So option for the SA is the flip up backrest on the back end of the boat here. It's a really comfortable spot to sit and hang out. So if you do a lot of floating, or if you tie up in a 5 or no wake zone, you got a nice comfortable seat that you can actually lean up against with the full backrest, cup holders down in the corner, and a nice SeaDeck step here for getting in and out and up to your seat. Nice wide walkthrough on the boat as well. What I really love about the walkthrough is it's slightly raised back here, so if you do come off the throttle a little bit hot, you're not going to take that roller over the back end. The wakes and waves are massive behind this boat, and having just a little bit extra depth on the back end really allows you to keep the boat dry during the day. There is a filler cushion kit that can go in here. So if you do want that nice area to lay out on the back end of the boat, that's definitely an option for you. My favorite thing about the back end though for the new SA is that they went to a subfloor ballast system. So if you take a peek in the back corner here, with the depth of the boat, it's allowed Supra to tuck the ballast bags underneath the floor. That way you have a nice big deep storage compartment here that you can throw all your jackets, your ropes, your vests, anything you need during the day can go in the back end of the boat and leave you a ton of storage through the front. So let's make our way through the rest of the boat and we'll get after it. All right, so we're at the helm and it looks great. We got a couple real big screens with great resolution to them, so really easy to see what you got going on here. This is our center screen, which is going to be mainly display. There's not a whole lot of functionality going on here. You do have a couple different options. As you can see down here, we have media, so we can see what's on the stereo. We could watch our map from here. We can also expand this screen. So if you want a wider view, you still have your vitals on the outside here, but a little bit wider view of your map. This lake doesn't exist, so it's not on the map. We're in a secret spot. If we go to video, you can see this is our tower camera view here. Again, we can widescreen that if you want to have a little bit wider view. You could also switch to the transom camera. When you throw the boat in reverse, it will actually switch to the transom camera automatically. And if you're watching the tower, when you go back to neutral, it'll switch back to the tower for you. One option through Supra that we didn't add to this boat is the steering wheel controls. If you do opt for the steering wheel controls, you do have a button there to swap between the two cameras or turn it off. We also have auto wake here on this center screen. Auto wake is a sensor system that is designed to put the boat at the proper angle for surfing or wakeboarding. So it can automatically turn on our ballast to even out the boat. So if we're pulling a wakeboarder and we're running heavy on one side, instead of moving people around the boat, which is quick and easy, but a lot of people don't know how to do that or don't want to do that. The boat will actually sense that it's not sitting level. The ballast system will automatically turn on to level the boat out to where it's programmed to be. So a really cool system that we have from Auto Wake. If you go to this screen here, we have our stereo display going on here. We do have not only zone control on the boat, but different stereo presets. So we can change those audio presets between a ski or wakeboard where the tower speakers are going to be set to a higher level, or for surf where you don't need to blast tower speakers, or cruise, which is going to be mainly in-boat speakers. And then we do have one custom option there that if you want to customize your own stereo setting, you can definitely do that. One thing I like about this screen is there is a ton of stuff in here, but it's very easy to learn because everything kind of accordions up or down depending on the page you're on. So we have stereo, we can switch over to the audio settings and mess with that stuff there. This is lights and switches. If you notice that all moved up, we still have the main stereo features here, so I could turn the volume up and down. It tells me what's playing at the moment. This is our switches screen, which has control of the power seat, also the seat heater. Those are both standard features from Supra. And then lights on this page, RGB lighting for the floor, the tower, and the mid-level speakers. That is also a standard feature from Supra. And we have a nice bright dome light and a lot of storage lighting. So if you're out on the boat in the evening digging through storage, you do have a nice bright storage lighting there in all the compartments. As we go to the next tab, this is our auto wake tab. So if you want to watch something else on the main screen, you can watch your auto wake settings here. We can turn auto wake on and off. We can adjust our speed there. We can adjust it from the center dash, or we can adjust it from this lever here. So several ways to work the features of this boat. I love the levers because you can adjust your wake plate and your speed without taking your hands off the wheel. So really cool system, very easy to use. As we get back to our auto wake settings here and our surf settings, we can turn our surf on here. You can see we have plates, smart plate and our surf plates both. It shows you what position those are at. We can switch between our right surf wave and our left surf wave, and we have ballast down here. So we're going to fill up some ballast and get after it a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to fill all. We got to start the boat because we have a 6-pump system. It draws a lot of power. So we'll fire the boat up. Our ballast is going to kick on, and we're going to pump 3,500 pounds of water weight into this bad boy. While it's doing that, let's move over to here, and I'll show you the passenger observer seat, storage compartment and glove box. New glove box. much taller glove box, and nice and deep. We got a lot of storage space in there. A small little storage container here on the outside for cell phones, and a digital screen over here that allows your passenger to control audio settings, light settings, and heaters if you have a heater on the boat. They did incorporate some speakers into the dash, so we do have more cockpit speakers. It's a good sound with the big 8.8s on the back, just driving sound forward, and then the 6.5s here that reflect off the windshield gives you a great sound inside the boat. If you notice down here under the driver's console, we have the big 12-inch subwoofer. That is standard from Supra boats. And then we also have subwoofer on this side as well. So two big 12-inch subwoofers, nice deep storage compartment here. So plenty of room for throwing all the stuff you need, all your Coast Guard equipment, those orange jackets, and the boat cover or the inner tube, you know, all the bulky stuff. There's plenty of room down in there. And that storage actually runs all the way up through the front of the boat as well. So a ton of storage in the new SA. We got battery tender right here. So when the boat's in storage, you plug that thing into the wall, it will maintain the batteries for you. Another nice feature, since there is plenty of storage room here, they did incorporate a small access here for the trash can. So there's a trash can down inside the storage compartment with the chute here to get to it. And then we have another trash can in our in-floor space down here. So a little bit bigger trash can there, nice little tray for throwing flip-flops and things like that. That way they're all in one space. You can get to them real easy without digging underneath the seat. So our ballast should be just about full. So let's get going. Let's show you the surf wave. Okay, so we're about to pull Matt on the wakeboard real quick, and so I want to show you what we got going on here. We got ballast filled to 100%. We have our advanced wakeboard setting on. Our speed's programmed to 22.4 miles an hour, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the auto wake on. What auto wake is going to do is if the boat senses that it's leaning, as of right now, you can see we're actually leaning about half a degree to the right. When we're pulling a wakeboarder, we want a nice even boat, so we have a nice even wake for them to ride. So what's going to happen, I'm going to turn on auto wake, and as the boat is moving through the water, our sensors will tell the dash how the boat is positioned in the water, and it knows our goal is a roll of 0. We want the boat nice and flat, so it will fill or drain ballast as it needs to help flatten out the boat and make our wake nice and even. Since we're all the way full, all it can do from there is drain the heavy side. So I'm going to go ahead and turn auto wake on, and we're going to start the boat. We're going to go for it. That's about to take a wakeboard set, and he said he may not be into full ballast. So what we're going to do, instead of changing the setting, what we can actually do is we can change our amplitude of the boat by arrowing down here. I'm going to arrow this down to 70%, and what that's going to do, we have a draft sensor in the boat, and that draft sensor can measure how deep the boat is getting pushed into the water. So what it's going to do is going to drain some ballast out so that the wake is a little bit smaller, and it'll keep us green in both our pitch and our roll settings. And Matt should have a nice even wake that's a little bit smaller than what full ballast throws at you. So here we go. Matt, so you just got done riding. You did a killer job, wore the sunglasses and everything.
Yeah.
So killer. What'd you think of the wake on the SA?
The wake on the SA is really good. It's really beefy and it's pretty wide. I probably could have ridden another 5 feet in. I was at 70 feet back, going 22.3, 22.4, something like that. And I think I was running about half ballast. The wake is huge on this thing.
Cool. What are you riding?
Right now I'm riding the Hyperlight Riot Nova Core.
Yeah, Nova Core, sick.
And RXT Ronix boots.
Nice. Cool, man. Thanks for the input. All right, so last but not least, we've made it to the bow. The SA has always been known for having a little bit wider bow to it. Not necessarily a big pickle fork design. We're still trying to utilize all the space in the front and not give you a big extra 2 feet of fiberglass hanging off the boat that's not getting used. So nice wide bow, it's very deep. We got big grab handles on the side, so if you got kids bouncing around up here, it's a nice safe boat. We do have the C-deck non-skid on our filler cushion here. We could flip that over and we have the cushion on top of it. So if you do have a bunch of people up in the front, need some more cushion, all you got to do is lift this seat up. The front seats are hinged. Lift this seat up, and then this will come right out of there and flip over. We got cushion on the back side. So really ties it all together. You can pull it all the way out if you wanted to and have a full walkthrough. This is on a hinge as well. You can see that flips up. We got a lot of storage space up here in the front of the boat. All our ballast is still subfloor. We're not throwing in a big bag up in the front. So you got a ton of storage space up here for extra bumpers, anchors, whatever it is that you need on the boat. So ton of ballast, great wakeboard wake, phenomenal surf wave, nice deep boat with a ton of storage. I really don't think that you can go wrong with the SA. All right, so there it is, the SA400 from Supra Boats. Great looking boat, phenomenal performance on the water. We appreciate you watching the video and tuning in. We try and do this for your knowledge so that you can understand the boats a little bit better and see some on-water performance. And you know, occasionally I stumble with the things that I'm trying to say, and we don't try and go back and edit things and make the perfect video for you. The goal is to give you the knowledge and let you get a kind of a first-hand touch of the boat. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us at Galey's Marine or email us. We're always around. We want to help you get into a great boat. So let us know how we can help. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.